Now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit.
Wow.
That's
Yoko on another level.
Who did it, to put
She
them
on another
edge.
level.
That's right.
She like
However,
I'm like right here, and she like realistically she like right there, like you see that small gap, like I'm that close. Ahem! I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class
Just
trial.
learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
To think that Chihiro was actually a guy. The thought never crossed my
And
mind.
because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Yup.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Oh, you sweating now,
Of
Byakuya.
course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or
That's why
Junko's handbook to get into
Chihiro's
the girls'
handbook
locker
was
room.
missing. Because you would immediately find out.
really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving
That's
the
what
body.
that jacket was
but
for him, for
yes,
her.
that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
This is the most titillating situation!
Forgot about her.
So
Genocide,
now
Jill.
everything has been connected. All
Tripping.
the mysteries have finally become clear.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting.
Yeah, I love how he
This
tried to
has
spin
become
it.
very interesting indeed.
He's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
I honestly don't
Well,
know.
without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it
could be
doesn't
part
have
of his
anything to do
rules.
with him.
Byakuya
And
is
you
smart
think
like
that
that.
might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt.
Overt.
He consciously
Nice
chose to
word.
use the extension cord,
Word of the
knowing
day.
it could connect him to
No,
the
I'm not
murder.
going to tell you what it means.
At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy, if you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So
telling
that's
you.
your thinking, huh?
I'm thinking this
Well, it bothers
Detective
me that
Kyoko.
you don't have more concrete reasons.
If that's
but
true too, you might as well just close the case, crack the case. Like we got
it's
this figured out.
fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Are you fucking with us right now?
Wow.
No, I am not effing with you.
So
right
why
now.
would you then
I'm telling
blame
you
it
the
on
truth.
Genocide Jack?
Well,
Like,
I find it very
is it
hard to
because he
believe.
really wanted to find out who Genocide Jack was, but it seemed like he already knew?
Find it very
'Cause,
hard to believe. You're free to be
Toko told
executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
But this is crazy.
Seriously gonna keep going?
Wow, they
Well,
trying to throw me for a loop.
Clear Byakuya did it.
I'm still gonna stand on my ground that
No,
Kyoko
I'm
is
with
the next.
Makoto.
It's the next
If there's
person.
any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility. Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then.
Who else would
I'm
do
with
it
you
then?
too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Killed in the boys' locker room, right?
Of
So
course I
either
do.
a girl
What am I, an ant or
would have had to
something?
take Leon's e-handbook and then find a way to
Anyway,
deactivate it
let's
to where it's not
discuss
working
this all
now.
as a group one more time.
Or it was another
We
guy.
still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Okay, this is
Excellent.
like throwing me
Then
for a
shall
little
we
twist.
resume our game of hide and seek?
Maybe it was Ale. She didn't like that. Maybe it was a girl who found out and knew that Chihiro was a guy and killed him because of, even though he was in the guys. Like I don't know. Then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing we can be sure that we know the killer. The killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means
I got it!
since the crime was the boys' locker room, you would need a boys' handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy. But that's still not enough. I need to find some more clues. Maybe it's Hifumi, because you know how he feels about girls and guys, and he's like very like right there with it, right?
Isn't
don't
there
know.
a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Oh, I think that was what I need to do. Celeste account.
Nobody get a look at the killer?
Oh yeah,
Sure, if someone
but
saw the
it's
killer,
the
they would've said
but
something about it.
but now that we know Chihiro was
Perhaps
a
someone saw
guy,
the victim at
I'm
some
thinking that
point.
jacket might have
Even
been
that
his,
might
or
be
that
enough for now.
thing might have been his.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
Well, don't scare me like that.
Shoot!
Can we start over?
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
That's not it either.
Shoot!
I don't see how that's not it.
Did nobody get?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer.
Okay, now that made it make sense. I'm like, if it's not the clue stuff, like what is it? That made sense.
I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him.
Now that you mention it, girl, you've been through this.
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this. The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
Exactly.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Well, I better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much. Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
The marvelous friendship! The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right?
She a mess.
So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No.
Exactly. I'm like,
You already have what you need to make the connection.
do we?
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Seriously? Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
We didn't
I'm
really
sure
get too
about
much
that.
detail.
You really think we can figure out who did it based on two pieces of evidence that we don't have?
Duffel bag and that blue track.
Why? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you know
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Does Chihiro's track jacket really hold some clue about the killer? Somehow, it's really hard to believe. This is hard. What else we got? Celeste account again, okay.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise.
Yep.
So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him?
I think
My
that's
tracksuit
good.
is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. Because exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way.
Not a chance.
Black tracksuit.
First of all, we
So it gotta be.
So next
Yep,
week,
we know
why
you went
did
to.
you choose?
It gotta be either
I got
the black tracksuit or the.
So, what you're saying, the killer was wearing the blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
Maybe it's the tracksuit thing.
First
Okay,
of all,
let's
we
see.
know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
Oh, we didn't say who it, what the color of the tracksuit
It
was.
matched the one the culprit was
Oh,
wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him?
whoa! You don't tell me it was Mondo.
Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
When
Wow.
Celeste testified a few minutes ago.
She never
She
said
said-
the color. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then I assumed he headed off to exercise.
She never said anything about the jacket's
Wow!
color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you? You just...
Hey, Celeste.
Wow,
What color
don't
was
tell me
Chihiro's
it was
tracksuit?
Mondo.
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
Wow.
Before we began the
Mondo,
trial,
Mondo. It's
did you
crazy
tell
because
anyone that?
I said Mondo at the beginning just because of how like strong a person has to be
The only
to
one
put the
I
body
told
that
about
way.
Any of this was you.
I said it was Mondo or Sakura.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because I just...
And Chihiro does trust Mondo.
I'm sure you saw the clothes of some.
Wow, and the weights because the weight was heavy, right?
No, that can't
He's
be
one of
it.
the only guys who would be able to lift that.
The
and
bag
swing it to
clothes
kill
were
somebody,
surely
that- at least.
disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died. That's the only possibility.
Cherry.
Are you talking about Chihiro? So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night.
Okay.
He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No.
That probably
That
made
can't
him
be
mad
either.
finding out who
According
Chihiro
to
really
Celeste's
was.
testimony,
She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
Oh
It
my
would
goodness,
appear you
Mondo.
dug your own grave.
Wow.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit.
Wow.
That's
Kyoko
why you
on
said
another
you knew
level.
who did it, to put
She
them
on another
edge.
level.
That's right.
She a little. She like I'm like
However-
right here, and she like realistically she like right there. Like you see that small gap? I'm that close.
Mondo was my
Yep.
target all along.
Yep.
I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
I did too.
But why?
I did. I said
What made
Sakura
you so
Mondo
suspicious?
That's a good question.
because I hate him.
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude. Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
Notice such a tiny detail?
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Mondo, was it
That
really
is
you?
crazy.
Did you really kill Chihiro?
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say.
All over you, bro.
putting
We
words in my
literally
mouth.
just flipped the script on you.
What
It's
gives
been
you the right to
Byakuya
treat
the
me
whole
like a
time.
goddamn criminal.
Yeah, he would never do something like that. This is a false accusation.
Okay, Taka.
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly come. That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
I hope it ain't nothing stupid.
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine,
Exactly.
man. Just tell us.
If you really insist, then... Here it is.
What do you have there?
Is that Chihiro's
It
e-handbook?
happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
You found it on the ground, right? Then it must be belong to...
I got it! We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
How did the handbook break? There's one possible explanation. Exploiting a bug by hacking it, by hitting its weak point.
Shoot!
Bro. So then, this
I
then.
got it! You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point.
Oh, he did say that.
Yeah! You remember that? Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession, then
we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Be very not good.
Just tell us already! Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example? Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook
Watch this gonna be
is...
something so simple.
when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown
Okay,
and totally
so the sauna.
break.
So if that's the case, then both Taka and Mondo should know the
I
weak points
flippin'
because
knew
they
it.
were both in the sauna for all that time.
You knew it? Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna. The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burned.
So that's interesting that Taka
It's
also,
because
'cause
as
he
your
would know
sweat
that.
evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Interesting. I learned one new fact today.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
So we wouldn't
Meaning
find
the
out that
culprit
Chihiro was
somehow
a guy.
knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
When they had that contest.
Indeed.
Oh my goodness, they making us
Quite
think.
the mystery.
They making us think.
What if they found out by accident?
Yep.
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
We do.
I might know someone who did.
2 people. Actually.
Whoa, seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
It had to be one who wore all their clothes into the sauna. It was. Don't tell me this is flipping onto Byakuya or Taka.
Shoot!
Okay. I thought? Oh no, Taka was in a towel. That's right. It was Mondo. I don't even know why they give you the option to select yourself.
Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What? Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember? And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to
It's
keep his
crazy
school
how they
uniform on.
linked this shit together, man. This
But
was
little
like
did
I
he
would have
realize
never
he'd
thought that
also
this
left his
would
handbook
come
in one of his uniform
into
pockets.
play.
And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold up.
No, why would he?
You've got it all wrong.
Well,
He would never
it
kill.
could be because he found out that Chihiro was really a dude.
I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt. What was that? Broken e-handbook, Chihiro's e-handbook, card reader. Wow.
Let's test Makoto's
Chihiro's
assertion.
e-handbook, so I gotta do
If what
multiple
he
of these.
says is correct,
Wow.
then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Shoot!
Dang it!
Let's
I did
test
that a little bit
Makoto's
too
if what
fast.
he says you broke your own hand. In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, that proves that what Makoto said is
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all.
Oh, bro.
Shoot!
And I gotta do multiple of these. I'ma lose.
Let's test Makoto's assertion.
If what he says you broke your own, in other words, if then that proves.
Well, my goddamn handbook.
See? Makoto was wrong after all. Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly.
Do I gotta change these? I'm sure Mondo's handbook. Okay, so they want me to change them.
Let's
How do I
test
change
Makoto's
it?
assertion. If what he
Okay, there
says
we
is
go.
correct, then Mondo,
Hero's handbook,
you broke
card
your own
reader.
handbook.
broken
In
e-handbook.
other words, if Mondo's handbook
I
is
don't know which
actually
one it is.
broken, then that proves that
Card
what
reader.
Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
See?
I don't think
Look!
it's card reader either.
Makoto was wrong after all.
I think it's
Mondo wouldn't hurt a
broken
fly.
e-handbook.
Let's test
Makoto's if what he says you broke your own. In other words, if Mondo then that proves that what
Well, my goddamn
There we go. So I had to switch between them and then pick the right one for that. Okay, I thought they was gonna have me shoot
Mondo,
all three, but
the
I had
handbook
to
you have right
pick
now,
which one for
is it
each
really
one.
yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall. Isn't that one actually yours?
Oh, and you got
What
Chihiro's.
the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and
Oh,
replaced it
Leon's.
with his own.
Oh, okay,
After
okay,
all,
okay.
Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes?
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
Well, Here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
On, like, killing Chihiro that
Well,
whole
Mondo,
time?
If
Because
I'm
of the
wrong
fact
about
that
this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake.
this was a complete turn.
Son of a bitch. What's wrong, bro?
What's
Come
wrong,
on,
bro?
tell him he's wrong.
They just became like good
You
friends.
are wrong. You have to be wrong. Everything you just said is wrong. You made it all up.
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning? That
Woo!
way, everything will become clear. And we'll...
Okay, here we go with this again. This one has to go here. Gotta go. Yep, we gotta go. Then in, I'm assuming, or maybe is this one here? Then in, get in. Once there. And okay, I got more. What's this? Oh, I got too many. I don't. Okay. I gotta see what some of these look like. I don't understand why he did that. Like, that's just crazy to me. I think this one goes here. Then that rope, I want to say, goes here. But what goes... That gotta be that. What goes here though? I'm so lost. Y'all help me out? What y'all doing? Maybe this? That man Byakuya is something else, boy. He is something else. I still can't believe that. Let's see. Let's go back to the beginning. Okay. That. I think those are right. Obviously, the card and then in. Because what else would it be? There's that. The workout, though. Is this him picking it up? But it looked like he's working out. This might go here. So I'm guessing maybe this goes here. Then got the roll up of the carpet. So then you had to. Are some of these like a distraction? Roll up the carpet. Oh, I'm lost, boy. I really am. I'm gonna assume this goes here because you would have had to pick that up. Assuming this is this, or this one goes here. Maybe this. I think this is wrong. But hey, we gonna see what we got right because I'm so lost right now.
Happened. First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room.
Right.
But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
No, I didn't lay out my reasoning. Okay, so that first piece is wrong. But I'm gonna go with that. That's our story, and we sticking to it until it's wrong.
First, let's take a look back to before the incident.
All right. Hopefully this is correct.
Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room? Simple, because she was really a he, which is why he was able to use his own handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there, and the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell and attacked him.
Okay, yep, perfect. We got that right. Okay.
And that's where the
good.
bloodstains on the poster
Splat?
and
Did that say
carpeting in
splat
the
for
boys'
real?
locker room
Oh,
came
no,
from.
it didn't say splat. Don't be shocked, bro. You did it.
The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned.
Got it?
Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet.
Yep.
Then, removing the bloody poster.
Okay. So it wasn't the weight there. So what would it have been?
Here's exactly what happened.
All right, we're gonna skip through. Okay, no, we back to where we supposed
Which
to
is
be at.
why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet. Then, removing the bloody poster. And finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course. But this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall.
Yep.
Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem.
So what would this one be then? It can't be the weight. We already used the girls' locker room thing. I guess we're gonna try and say the weight.
The killer
see
is
what it does.
You!
That doesn't make sense that that is what happened.
After all, Sayaka and using one of those, a boy can.
Nope, that's still not right. So what the hell is it? I guess we'll try this. Because this happened after. Maybe that goes there.
Here's
Alright, let's
exactly
see.
what happened. After all, Sayaka and using one of those, Here's exactly what happened. After all, using one of those,
Like that made no sense.
and that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch. That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated.
Exactly, like bro, like his logic, thought process behind doing all this just is crazy.
So,
like
after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter. And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence. And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out.
whoo,
Isn't that
boy,
right,
that was a
Mondo
tough
Arata?
comic strip to put together, boy. Let me tell you.